So here's something interesting. Yeah. So for those who don't know, I'm co-writing a fanfiction series with my good friend Alexander Anayas. Subscribe to him if you haven't already. And yeah, we do this fanfiction series called the No Name Club, which is quintessentially the House of Mouse meets Trailer Park Boys, or better put, it's always, here's the better term. It's House of Mouse if you had it interbreed with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's kind of what it is. It's not it's it's a very, crash story. It's not, it's not a very it's not a kid-friendly story is what I'm trying to say. It's not a kid-friendly story is what I'm trying to say. For those who have not read it, it's not really the No Name Club is not really a kid-friendly story. If you have weak constitutions, because there are some really terrible jokes, and some of those came from me. So yeah, it's reader beware. Anyway, so yeah, for those who have read the story, those who have read the actual, who have read the fanfiction, you guys know that there is a gang of supervillain. This is where heroes and villains go to have beer and, get into wild shenanigans. But in the story, there are a group of villains who, they kind of sit at the top tier level. The 5 of them being Toffee, Dominator, Bill, all from Disney Channel. You got Toffee from Star vs. the Forces of Evil, Dominator from Wander Over Yonder, Bill from Gravity Falls, and also to round it out, you have Jasper from Steven Universe, and Vlad Plasmius from Danny Phantom. Those 5 are kind of like the big top-tier villains, with Toffee, he's kind of the leader of the group. I wouldn't say leader, but he keeps all the other villains in line. So I guess you could call him the leader. But yeah, we kind of talked about a few times, Alex and I have kind of talked over a few times, again and again, of adding a 6th villain, a 6th villain to sit at the big villains table to kind of round it out. There would be other villains that would guest star here and there, but these would be the villains that would constantly show up and be the ones who would kind of be like the other villains who kind of, they're the ones who are like, yeah, you don't mess with these people. They're the godfathers of evil, more or less. Anyway, so we kind of talked about, there are so many good candidates for, villains out there that we kind of thought about. I kind of suggested to Alex, hey, how about this? How about we just vote? How about we let the people vote on who should be the 6th member of this villains group? They're not doing anything evil. They're not, like the Masters of Evil. They're just a bunch of assholes who want to get drunk. So we kind of talked about like all these villains and what kind of shenanigans each one would bring to the table. We've talked about that, and yeah, there's so we're gonna let you guys from the 6 candidates that I bring up, the 6 candidates that I bring up, I picked out 3, Alex picked out 3, and, yeah. So from those 6, and only those 6, you guys vote in the comments section below of who would you like to see the most join the villains table. Who would you want to see join the 5 villains in the group. So, yeah, these 6 villains, and then I'll talk about what to do with voting in a moment. But anyway, let's talk about the 6 villains, starting with the 3 that Alex had, the 3 villains that Alex picked out. The first being Azula. Now, obviously, Azula would be the youngest, but she's, Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender. She's the one who has, proven herself to be a top-tier villain despite her very young age. And, yeah, we've had her cameo before in a previous story, and, yeah, it would be cool to bring her back. Following that is him from Powerpuff Girls, again, another villain who guest starred, and yeah, him has guest starred in the same chapter as Azula, and again, what more can I say about him? He's kind of earned that right of being a top-tier villain, but again, just wait until you hear all of them. Following that is Shigo from Kim Possible. Now, Shigo, she kind of bends the rules because she is the sidekick, but at the same time, she's the more dangerous villain. Remember that one movie, that one movie where she became this great and all-powerful ruler in a future timeline. So yeah, I guess it does kind of count when you can surpass your the guy you're working for and become a true villain. I guess you can have a seat at the table. Anyway, so there you go. Shigo from Kim Possible. So those are the three that Alex picked out, and I'm going to mention now the three that I picked for possible candidates. So here we go. First being Hawkmoth from Miraculous Ladybug. Yeah, not much is known about Hawkmoth, but yeah, I think I think he would be pretty cool. He's very, sinister. His motives, even though, yeah, it looks like he's trying to find Adrian's mom, it does look like, there may be more to it than that. So he's a pretty interesting villain. I don't know, like, it'd be kind of fun to see him hang out. Like, he's this very stoic character, and I think it would be fun to see, the other villains kind of pick on him. And yeah, it would be kind of funny to see Hawkmoth and Toffee, talk about suits. Anyways, there you go, Hawkmoth. And following that, we have Master Cyclonus from Stormhawks. Yeah, Master Cyclonus from Stormhawks. Honestly, yeah, she's a very young villain. She was part of Stormhawks, but yeah, she was the empress. She was the empress of an entire empire. She was, this all-powerful being. And honestly, could you imagine her and Dominator? Yeah, her and Dominator would either be killing each other, or in this case, being gal pals. They would just be like, girl power, boom. Yeah, because I doubt Jasper's any fun. Because I doubt Jasper's any fun for Dominator. So there you go, Master Cyclonus. And finally, for the list of candidates, is finally Chase Young from Xiaolin Showdown. Do I need to say more? The dude is called the Master of Evil for a good goddamn reason. He is pure fucking evil. The dude is master martial artist, and I can imagine him, like, whenever Chase walks into the room, Chase is like everyone looks at him as like, oh shit, you want to talk about legends? That's a legend. Yeah, so there you go. Now, let's talk about voting. Remember, it's only from these one, keep in mind, one of these 6 characters that I just mentioned. So one of those 6, and yeah, here's how we're going to do the voting. You guys vote for one and put hashtag Hawkmoth or hashtag Master Cyclonus or hashtag whoever you want to see the most in the villains chat. Join the villains group. Who do you want to? Who would you vote for in the villains group and want to see the most? And also, when you put the and keep in mind, keep that hashtag in there. Let me say that again. Keep that hashtag of the villain you want in there. List off the reasons why you want to see him and what kind of, why you want to see him among the villains group. Him or her, excuse me, yeah. Him or, why you want to see this villain, either him or her, in this villains group, and what kind of shenanigans, fun kind of quirky shenanigans you could see these villains get into with this new this new member to the group. So, yeah. Just keep in mind, just keep that hashtag for that villain you want to see, and only pick one for one of those 6 I just mentioned. But yeah, really interested to see what you guys have to say about this. No name, in terms of No Name Club updates, it's kind of a little slow because both me and Alex are pretty busy, but it always is in mind. We're constantly talking about ideas. Alex told me a really good one involving Boone from Pen Zero Part-Time Hero going on a fun little romantic romp with he's looking for love and Howard is his wingman. That's kind of how it is. Boone and Howard from Randy Cunningham, 9th Grade Ninja, going looking for love. Yeah, that's 2 heavy-set wisecracking sidekicks looking for love. You can't tell me that this would be hilarious as all hell. But yeah, so there you go, guys. So really interested. So who is going to be the 6th villain to appear? Yeah, who's going to be the 6th villain to join the No Name Club's top tier 5 villains? Yeah, just comment. Just vote. Keep that hashtag with the character you want, and remember, list off the reasons why you want to see that villain or villainess in the join the group. Anyway. So, once again, really looking forward to seeing how this goes down, and I will see you guys later.